What's up, y'all? Welcome to the extra episode of the Microtransaction. I'm your host, Chris, and today I am joined by the Limp Biscuit himself, Liquid. You know why I say that? Because on the last episode we were filming, I saw that you had a fitted hat. And I haven't seen a fitted hat in forever.
Yeah, dude, most of my hats are fitted hats.
Keep rolling. Do you have a red one?
No. I have a red one. First of all, I have one in almost every color. Okay. Let's get that out the way.
Still fitted.
All fitted. There's only actually, I don't have a Yankees hat that's not fitted. They're all.
So why are you still on the fitted hat trend?
It's just I've always loved the fitted. Like when I was younger. Oh man, I love this. Great question, Chris. By the way, because this is gonna. So when I was younger, I always loved, like, you know what I'm saying. My dad used to always get the snapbacks. That was like the 80s, early 90s. Yeah. Fitted didn't really hit the streets like it was when we were growing up, right? And I always thought it would be cool to get rid of the whole adjustable thing if there was a way that it just fit on your head. I'm like, how clean would that look? As a young person who was already wearing hats at the time. Yeah. Then I found out fitted hats were a thing. A 5950, that's what they're called, the new era fitted hats. And yeah, so I started getting those, and that's when my collection got obsessed with it, and I just started getting nothing but Yankees hats. With the flat brim as well. Now I don't really rock the flat brim anymore. Okay. I grew up a little bit. Okay. I'm no longer a piece of shit.
Whoa! I'm
just saying that people associate pieces of shit with flat brim hats. You know what I'm saying? This one's a little flat brim. It's got a little curve to it.
It got a little curve to it.
Not enough though. Not enough. But still not flat. Okay. But yeah. So I always thought fitted hats were cool. I remember being younger. My first fitted hat, Jacksonville Jaguars hat. That I still own even now. I'll never get rid of it because that was my first fitted hat. Because I remember finding fitted hats when they were cool. I was just like, none of these fit my big ass head. Is what I feel like. I can never find it. Then I finally found, they do make sizes for big heads. And yeah, so I had one that fit me. You know what I'm saying? My big head. So,
he means his cock.
Yeah, Jacksonville Jaguars hat is the one I had. Rocked it for a little bit. Then eventually started buying the Yankees hats. But to go back to your question about the red hat. I do have a special edition red hat, Christmas edition, that's extra padded, like it's like very fluffy almost, if you will. It's just the cloth is extra thick to keep your head warm, and it's got little black stitching all over, little design. It's awesome. It's a nice hat. It's a really pretty hat.
In my brain, I think of it being pleather.
No, but
oh no,
I do have a genuine leather hat.
Is it fitted?
No, it's adjustable. I mean, it's not Yankees. It's Star Wars, and I got it from Disney. It was a gift. It was a best man's gift from my brother Frank. Okay. And it's got a box. You know what? I gotta bring that out next time. I wish I knew this question was coming up, dude.
I didn't know this question was coming.
I know. Hopefully next week I'll bring it up and I'll have it open up because the case is immaculate. It's something to be seen, dude. I keep that thing pristine. There's a few hats that I keep pristine. That's one of them. I have a Spike Lee hat that I pay like $70 for. That has all the pinup flags of all the pennants that they won all over the hat. It's a Spike Lee.
I think I've seen you wear that hat.
No, never worn it.
I've seen someone else wear it.
You probably see me have it. Like I used to keep it, in a little. I have a little case for it.
My. Do you still have the same case from back in the day that hold your hats?
What do you think, Chris?
Oh my fucking
Obviously.
God, bro.
Obviously. Look, I have that in there, and then hell, there's a closet right here to our immediate right that has my Los Santos hat from Grand Theft Auto. It came with a special edition, and I haven't opened that. I haven't worn it. That's some good money. It's a snapback. That was a snapback. Kids would be wearing that in school. I remember Dylan would come home and be like, yo, this kid was wearing his Los Santos hat. Like, kids were just rocking it in school. Like, I'm like, y'all kids are stupid. That thing's going to be worth something. Like, you better hold on to that thing. Mine's just still in the plastic. Hasn't even been open yet. But yeah, I was a big hat collector. Not so much anymore, but I was.
So, Liquid.
Well, we're like 5 minutes in. I'm just talking about hats, baby.
Don't worry. This is what people paid the Patreon dollars for.
Yeah, they get get to get close to Liquid.
Liquid?
Yeah.
How much does the world cost?
Dude, Chris, what kind of Kanye ass question is that, dude?
Let's talk about it a little bit.
All right, how much does the world cost?
How much does the world cost?
Well, I guess it depends on what we're factoring in it. is how I would say, because it's just like, well, the world is one thing. Are the people in it part of the world, right? That people are the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now you got to take into account people, right?
Okay.
And I have a hard time putting a price tag on people. Mm-hmm. I think everyone should. The fact that there's a net worth out there for how much people are worth, I think I think that's kind of a problem in itself.
Yeah, I was gonna say you need to talk about, because right now you're talking about how much the planet's worth, and you're talking about how much people cost.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's just not good.
It's just a little bit on the slavery train. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
That's exactly what I'm trying to get at, though. Is that what I'm saying? Like, this is like I don't like the question. Because then, like, you figure you got to talk about the people. Then you're talking about putting price tags on people. That sounds terrible. That's what I'm trying to.
You know, when I was posed the question, I was talking to Justin today, and we said it as a joke, and then we talked about it a little bit.
Okay.
And then I never even considered the people in the purchase of said world.
Really?
Yet never came across my mind.
Wow.
I thought about. Well, I just.
It's got to be at least $2. At least. I'm just saying the world is. It's got to be at least $2.
Okay.
So, but as far as bringing a price, man, I don't know. What is it? I'm gonna say there. Dude, I'm gonna say there is no price. It's a priceless world. I think we, the people, put the price on it, but the world itself doesn't cost anything. We shouldn't be putting a price tag on it because we don't own the world. Not one person owns the world.
So it's just an interesting way when you think about it. The
Very
world technically does have a cost.
Okay.
If you put everything together, the world at its baseline has a price.
But who makes these prices?
We do.
That's the point. That's what I'm saying.
But I'm saying in in real estate. Let's just talk about straight land and sea.
Right.
Where we're at right now costs money.
Yeah, no shit.
All right, above us, to the side, to the other side, below us, all cost something.
Yeah.
So we put all this together. There is a number of costs.
Right.
At the baseline. Because I was talking to Justin, I'm like, that's just the starting price. I'm like, that's not the max price. Because the thing is, let's just say, like, certain people out there, I don't know, let's just throw, who's a dick right now? I don't know, Putin. All right? Huge dick right now. And he's just like, you know what? Russia is worth now twice as much because I don't like that country's worth more than my country. And you're like, whoa! You see the negotiations start happening. The human factor starts kicking in.
Right.
So now things get inflated. And what always makes me think about this is when Walt Disney was making Walt Disney World, and he was buying all the swampland, and he was getting it for dirt cheap.
Of course.
And then the thing is, people started smartening up, and towards the end, he was buying land like well over 100 times what it was worth.
Right.
People, because they knew that he needed it.
Yeah, or well over 100 times probably what he paid for it.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
So obviously, it's not what it's worth because, well, now its worth is different. But
exactly. Again, the people put the price on it.
The human factor kicks in. I don't think of them as points of property like you do, Liquid.
Hey, well, I'm sorry. My whole thing is, listen, if you have the right to put a price tag on something, on anything, on the world, essentially, then I can put a price tag on you. Why not? Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, we're just like, obviously, we're speaking. I don't want to say in hypothetics, but like, you know, to a degree.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, I don't know. It's an icky question.
You see, I didn't think of it as an icky question.
Okay.
I just thought about it like there has to be a number amount.
Like you mentioned Putin. You remember, like, you look at the land, right? Look at the land. And you, or hell, look at United States, look at Canada, look at Mexico, look at everything, right? And then there's, you know, there's borders in between, there's lines,
made up lines.
Exactly my point, made up lines. You know what I'm saying? You go from outer space, you look at that world down here, you don't see those fucking lines that you see on a geographical geography map. Jesus Christ, the apple pie moonshine. Sorry,
moonshine.
I'm over here trying to give advice and stuff, talking like just. But yeah, so you know. I don't know, like, you don't see those lines. Nobody owns. I feel like nobody should have the right to own it, right?
Okay.
But it's not that it can't happen. Sure, it's not that it doesn't happen. You know, but I don't know. My whole thing is, if we're gonna put a price in the world, I'm gonna put a price on a person.
Well, we know technically,
and they've done that before. People have done that before, and what happened? It was terrible. It was a bad thing.
Technically, there is a per life cost in the United States. I guess if you go from output of the average American, I think this came out not too long ago.
Oh.
And like technically there is a cost per person.
Really?
Yes.
Now do you know what's factored in? What determines that
like
cost?
Basically the output that the average does and the input that we receive.
Okay.
So if you calculate the numbers,
right?
Technically a human is worth about a certain amount.
Okay.
So, because of what, like, in the economy that we created,
right?
We output, but then we also take, and so there's a number on average that the average human does hit.
I got you.
So technically, humans are worth something. Like there is a cost to us,
right?
Like it's not that we can buy it. It's not that it's sellable goods,
right.
Because it's not. But you know, just in case I had to spell that one out. Fuck. But you know, just it's just interesting. I saw a thing. I was like, that's fucking nuts.
That is wild.
Yeah, I was like, that's weird that someone like probably had to do the paperwork.
Yeah, the research.
And it took probably a shit ton of money to get the answer for that question. But I'm like,
it probably cost more money to get that answer than it was an average person. How much the cost of an average person was.
Possible. But now we have that knowledge. But now they can always go back to like circa blah blah blah. People around this time.
That's what I'm saying. Like, well then when does it end though? Because like you figure in the future from now.
Adjust for inflation.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Yeah. It's never going to be 100. Like it's in the number 101.
Right.
You change the math around a little bit. I'm not trying to pretend. By the way, if it sounds like Chris knows the math, I don't. I just listen to smarter people and I regurgitate what they say. All right.
Okay.
Just can't stress that because I felt a little hoity-toity saying this shit. I feel like a douchebag right now.
Yeah, dude.
All right.
You should see how you look like from my point of view.
Handsome as shit. Oh god damn, bro. Woo! Oh, anyway, sorry, headphone listeners.
Good stuff.
Anyway, Liquid. How short is too short for a significant other?
Like my personal preference, or just like does it matter? Like
for you. Let's start there.
How short is too short?
Yes.
Dude, I don't know if there is a too short for me. So like right now, I'm with someone who's 5'0". All right.
She's 4'11".
You heard her? She just yelled.
Yeah.
I'm with someone who's 5'0".
4'11".
I myself am 5'5" on a good day, 5'4" on a bad day, 7 foot tall aura. You know. But too short. I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
Because like I'm thinking like if I get someone this short that's like the size of the table, that's obviously too short.
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like
and
if I get someone this height, that's too short.
We're talking about like
humans. Okay.
What's like we're like
that's the cutting point. That's
the line.
Okay.
I was real curious with your answer because me and Justin we had a huge conversation about this.
I don't feel like I have one, I guess.
So if you could date a girl who's 4'6",
yes,
you could date a dwarf.
Wait. Now we're talking about dating, or we're talking about? Yeah, I think I could.
Either or, honestly. Let's not.
If that's just the question, you know, in general, yeah, I think I could.
You think you could?
I feel like I can. Yeah, I don't see why not.
I don't. You know, it's funny because I never thought about it till today.
Mm-hmm.
But like dating, I'm like, I guess I don't know if it's a deal breaker, but I'm like, I can't remember the last time I seen a dwarf in person. By the way, I'm using the word dwarf because me and Justin looked it up earlier. I'm like, are you allowed to say dwarf? Because I always feel like it sounds like Lord of the Rings.
Oh no, I thought that was acceptable.
It is acceptable.
It's the M word that you can't say.
You can't say. We found out why. But if you guys don't know, the reason why you can't use the M word is because it's a thing where when they would. Like the carnies would put them on like as a freak show, and they would use that word to promote it.
I gotcha.
So
can you say carnies? Is that another offensive word? Isn't that offensive?
I don't know, but I don't think anyone cares about carnies.
Do they have the internet?
Hey, it's funny because in Florida the state fair is going on right now.
Yeah, they're all over the place.
Running wild up in this motherfucker.
Florida's considered the carny state. I'd argue. So
everyone's moving here, so you're right.
Yep. What was I gonna say? Oh, so like dwarf, but I thought that even little people.
You can say little people and
Okay.
dwarf are the acceptable
Okay,
terms.
I just want to make sure. Yes.
Yeah, I didn't know till today.
See, oh really? You see,
Yeah.
I
was using the M word left and right until they were right.
I was using it until my job corrected me.
Oh really?
Yeah, like I was saying it. I was just like, I used it, and they're like, "Yo, you can't say that." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And I'm like, "So what else am I supposed to say?" And then they told me like, "Dude, this is news to me. Like I had no idea." But yeah, wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, because the thing is, this all stemmed from a TikTok I was watching, right?
Oh, okay.
Where the guy was like talking about the girl. She was a dwarf, but she was extra thick, and they were like, "Hey, yo," and I was just like, "Huh." And then another TikTok came up where they were just like talking about the internet. It's like, you act like you haven't seen dwarves having sex, and I was like, I've never watched dwarf porn.
I've seen clips.
Okay, which led me, I'm like, well, now I gotta go do it.
Well, yeah.
So I did it, and then I got offended.
Why?
Because there's never two dwarves fucking.
Oh yeah, it's usually you're right, and it's usually the dwarf woman, I think.
Yeah.
Dwarf,
I don't know. It's because we're straight dudes, and obviously it just views that way. But I'm like, because I wanted to see two little people fucking.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't.
You want to see a little fucking?
That's pretty good, actually. That's really good. That's really good. But I did. I was like, oh, and I was like, is there not like male entertainers?
Right.
And I was just like,
Did you find out if there was?
I couldn't find it. Man. You know, the research was light because then I got offended and I was like, you know, when you're looking at questionable pornography and you're like, I don't need to be here that long.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Sometimes you get a little more
now
than
I'm just watching it for like porn for entertainment, and I think that's not that I think it's odd. Well, I don't know.
By the way, for the record, Pornhub uses the M word hard.
Well, you see, that's another thing because it was put in the fetish category, and I was like,
so it's acceptable there. Like, is that what
the thing is? Because you know, if we're gonna have how much time we got left? Like,
we're only like 15 minutes.
Okay, so since we're using if we're being honest, you know, porn is weird because it's the biggest lie and the hardest truth at the same time.
Sure.
So it tells you how people really think when they're alone in their bedroom and what they're watching. I think Pornhub just came out with this breakdown of like per state in the world of what people are watching.
Oh yeah, they do it often now.
Yeah, they do it all the time, and it's so funny because it's like you find out some of the more racially insensitive places are always looking at black women.
Really?
And stuff like that.
Wow.
Yeah, hentai's been blowing up, by the way.
Wow.
Dog. People are down with some anime titties.
Man, they're not bad.
Yeah, like, you know what? I saw a TikTok where someone's like, I don't like anime titties, and I was just like, who doesn't like anime titties? And it was a girl who was saying it, and I was like, yo, I'm like, sir?
Yeah, I don't get that one.
Yeah, it's not that it does anything for you, but it was like nice.
Yeah, they're there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like a sunset. I don't know. It's beautiful every time I see it. I don't know what the fuck.
I'd say it's almost like two sunsets.
Hey, it's like Star Wars. Two suns.
Yeah, there you go, Tatooine. Yeah, they got the double suns.
But yeah, so I was put in the fetish thing, and I was like, yo, what the fuck? Like,
that's strange.
Because then it made me feel like I had a fetish now.
Yeah,
and I'm like, no, I don't have a fetish. I'm like, this is not my thing.
I think everybody has a fetish, right? Like,
you see, that's
because fetishes could be multiple things.
Yeah,
right?
fetishes can be multiple things, but I feel like when it comes to like, I don't know, man. I always feel like I don't have like a set thing. I have like flavors of the week, but I don't have like, this is me now. Right. And people have those like defined lines.
I got you.
And I just like, I don't know, like, because the people I know I've had friends that like are super into BDSM.
Okay.
And like that's what they're about.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I never had like one thing where like this is the singular thing that does it for me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, and it made me feel bad. Like I was watching porn, and there's supposedly a guilt into watching porn. By the way, there's no guilt for watching porn.
No, watch as you please.
People fucking on camera for a reason, so you can watch it.
Yeah.
All right.
Support your local porn stars.
Yeah, support your local artists. All right. Jesus, man. Think about it. They could not be fucking on the internet. Then you got to just do shit from memory. All right.
Can you imagine just using your imagination all the time?
Oh my. We used to.
Oh, I don't want to live in that kind of world.
Nah, never again, dog. But anyway.
Some of the cell phones were made for a reason.
Thank you. Oh, man, what was I gonna... Oh, but, like, yeah. So, like, watching it, and then it put in fetish, and then I was like, man, that, like, it made me feel bad as, like, for people. And I was just like, yeah, just think about, like, a normal girl who's just a little person, and to have to want to have sex with her, it's a fetish.
Yeah, that's a little wrong. That's a little messed up.
I felt like that was a little dirty.
Yeah,
like, I was like, yeah, why can't, like...
Yeah. No, I hear you. Now, here's the thing, because like, are we mistaking? We're not mistaking fetishes with categories, right? That's not like you know what I'm saying? Like, I think
aren't fetishes categories?
I guess that's what I'm trying to get at. Is that like anything with that mentality, anything could be a fetish. And like, hell, you could just look up basic missionary like that. Is that a fetish? Like, oh, I really love missionary.
That just reminded me, Liquid. I gotta do a hard correct because some motherfucker.
Okay.
This fucking asshole bought a Toyota Tacoma, and it was fucking beige.
Ooh, that's a little weird.
And I was like, "What the? You paid thousands of dollars for your car to get the color beige?" I'm like, that guy is hardcore missionary all the fucking time.
Oh yeah, that's Mr. Everyday right there. That guy's not. He's not.
Dude, that guy is like, and I was looking at him, and then when I did the thing where I looked at him, and I was just like, you son of a bitch.
Wow.
And I was just like, dude, this guy is dry, hand jobbing, missionary masturbation. Like, if that person looked like it was this fucking guy.
Wow.
And I was like, I bet the guy was on his phone, so he never knew I was looking at him, right? But if he did, he would have seen me doing this.
What kind of phone do you have?
I don't know, dude. I was too busy disgusted by his aura, by his presence,
or just his choice of color and vehicle.
Yeah, dude. Like, who the fuck does that?
Yeah, it's weird. Are you talking like a beige like this?
Yes.
Oh, that's terrible. That is terrible.
Like, he did that. He committed to that color. He signed.
But this is not a used car. Hey, I found a great deal on this.
It's a new car, bro. Brand new Toyota Tacoma, bro.
I don't know what were you thinking you were doing with beige? I don't know.
Is
it high dirt well? I don't get it. I don't understand. Like, I'm trying to think of even like not even Tacoma. Like, I'm talking any vehicle at that point. Like, if it's not like where it's used or like, hey, I don't have a choice.
Or the 80s.
Or this is the best deal I could get was this color. Then pass.
Hard pass.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, yo, dude. I'm like, he's the kind of dude who's like, oh, I really don't like music. It's that motherfucker. By the way, I had a Lyft driver. It's like, oh, I forget that music exists. And I was just like,
does he just drive in silence?
Yes.
Dude, okay, so I'm glad you brought that. I want to talk about this here.
Yes.
Because like Ani thinks I'm wrong for listening, because like she's very much into music, right?
No,
Ani, yeah. Oh yeah, big time music. Me, on the other hand, not as much. Like, I love my music, but like, there's some genres I like, some genres I don't like. Some artists I like, some artists I don't like.
Totally normal.
And sometimes an artist can come. Some artist that I normally don't like might come on a song. I'm like, oh, that's a bop. I like this song. Mm-hmm. Okay. However, when I'm driving in my car, I prefer to listen to podcasts.
Okay, that's totally normal.
Not Tony though. Apparently, like if I'm not listening to music, or if I have a nice sound system in a car, it's a waste because I'm not using it for music. I'm using it for podcasts. So I don't know, dude. But it's just like,
okay. First of all, that's gatekeeping how you should use your shit.
Yeah.
Now, did she pay for the car?
No.
Then she can't worry about. Did she pay for the stereo?
No.
Oh, it sounds like a very mature problem.
Yeah. No.
It sounds like hopefully you're listening to nice podcasts together.
But I think it's so funny because so I'll go out of my way. What happened?
Do you guys have a podcast y'all listen to together?
No, not at all.
I wonder because I'm like, it always seems like podcasts is a very individual thing. I didn't know if there's like a couple like because me and my ex-girlfriend, we actually had a podcast that we would listen to together.
Oh really?
Yeah.
No.
And we wouldn't listen to it until we were together.
I gotcha. No, never listened to a podcast
but
together.
We broke up, so.
She'd show me parts of a podcast she's listening to, like, hey, listen to this question or listen to this. What do you think? Or and I do it vice versa. Hey, I just heard this on this podcast, this question, and it made me think. What do you think about that? Mm-hmm. Stuff like that. No, never listened to one together. But now that it, like, intrigues me, Chris. What kind of podcast do you listen to? Like,
dude!
Are we done with the Toyota Tacoma?
Okay, we're done with the Toyota Tacoma. Hey,
the world
small people, they shouldn't be fed. Like it was put under fetish. That's what the problem.
Okay,
If it's a category,
that's terrible.
It's just how to organize porn.
Just
all
category.
right? Whatever. But don't put it under fetish.
Yeah.
There's just people fucking.
Leave
All
that
right.
alone.
And by the way, let small people fuck together on camera because I wanted to see what the fuck that would look like, and now I don't. And will I do more research? Probably not.
No.
Yeah, because then like I went back to the website.
But if you have any research, though, let us know in the comments below.
Yeah, dude, if you're like, yo, there's dwarfs fucking, and they
if you
are
have
wild.
the best dwarf, erotica. Yeah, send it over.
Erotica.
Give us recommendations. But yeah, we got about 5 minutes. Let's talk about some podcasts real quick, dude.
Bro, honestly, my favorite podcast
is the Microtransaction.
Woo-wee!
And then what's your second favorite podcast?
I would have to say it is a top. I would, as of right now, because it changes, I would have to say it's the Flagrant 2 podcast.
Okay.
And there's a reason for that.
What's this? What do they talk about? What's the subject?
They just talk about everything that's going on, and they're a bunch of comedians, so they to like, here's what everyone's saying. Let me try to say this shit over here.
Okay.
And I'm like, I like counterpoints.
Yeah, I think everybody does.
Yeah, and like even if we all are in on the joke, and one guy will just hold strong to it, like somebody be like, no, this is what I think. For now, we all know that it's a joke, but it's called Flagrant. And they're supposed to like, you know what you're getting. And it's funny because this podcast kind of hurt Andreas's and Ivan's feelings.
Oh Lord.
Because I told him like, man, sometimes like, and this is before Discord. Like where we were early in the throes of hanging out all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, sometimes I just want to hang out with the boys and talk a little bit of shit and say some like having that barbershop conversation.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm like, man, I miss that shit. And when I listen to the podcast, it's like that famous meme where you're all like you're pretending to eat with your friends, but it's just a picture. It's like you listen to the podcast.
Yeah.
So like Flagrant 2, I would have to say is like my favorite because sometimes they'll say some wild boy shit, and I'm down for some wild. And they'll also put people on blast, but they'll bring the person on the show and do it to their face.
Nice.
And like, yo, dog, I remember because the guy's like, yo, that's real pussy of you. And I was just like, yo, he just said it to his face, and you could tell the person's like, this man just called me a pussy to my whole face.
Right.
And but since they're all comedians have like an unwritten joke, like unwritten rule. Like it's like if you get mad at what a comedian tells you, you're the bitch.
I gotcha.
So you could tell the guy was just like. But to be fair, the person he was doing it, that one of the guys Aziz was doing it, the guy was being a bitch because he's like, no, we do a thing to help men, like the alpha fucking losers, like to be an alpha or a sigma male. These are these motherfuckers, and then they got caught saying some shit because they were hating on black women, and so like, because there were 2 black dudes and like, no, we don't date black women, Yeah, they were saying some wild shit like, oh no, we meant that as a joke. He's like, well, your podcast is supposed to be helping people.
Right.
And then like now when you say something you catch a little heat, now it's a joke.
Right.
It's like you sound like you're being a real pussy right now. And he was. The guy was.
Gotcha, yeah.
But to be fair, I give guy respect because I'm like, he didn't have to show to that podcast and eat that heat.
That's
but he
true.
did.
That's a good point. Great point.
What about you, Liquid?
Dude, so mine's is video game. More video game based. Like it's so funny. I'm thinking about it. I'm like, I don't think I listen to a podcast that's not video game based. I think every podcast I listen to is video games.
Oh, really?
Yeah, actually it is. And my number one would actually be Sacred Symbols, which is the PlayStation podcast from Colin Moriarty. Like,
wait, what is it called?
Sacred Symbols.
Oh, okay.
And their sacred symbols are like the triangle.
Yeah.
So that's my.
I thought you meant X, Y, B, A, B.
Oh no. I meant cross, circle, triangle, square.
You mean X?
No, it's cross.
It's X.
It's a cross. PlayStation is the only controller that doesn't have an X button. All right. I know you other losers have Xbox controllers with an X button and a Nintendo controller with an X button.
Damn Vita. Oh. Never mind. I can't. I don't want to touch it.
You got a controller. You need a controller.
Yeah, there's an X right there.
No, that's a cross button, dude.
Guys, you can't see it besides Sega right now. Hey, Sega never had them. It was A, B.
Oh yeah, A, B, and C. Well,
no,
they did have
yeah. But this, oh man, this is this cheap material.
Oh, you mean high quality?
Oh my god.
High quality, made in China material.
Anyway, but yeah, that's an X.
That's a cross. Don't get it twisted, bro. It's the cross button. PlayStation has told us it's called the cross button.
If it was a cross, it'd be like this.
No. It's a cross. Cross could be anything.
Like a cross.
No, it's a cross. You're talking about a T. The letter
A
T.
lowercase T.
Come on, lowercase
Is that
T.
what we're doing now?
I don't know. Is that what
we're
you're doing?
Oh my god, that's a fucking
It's a
X,
cross
bro.
button, dude. There are no letters on that controller. It's just shapes, including a cross.
Okay, so like when people have a cross on a necklace, it looks like this.
Right.
Does it look like this or does it look like this to you?
Looks like that's a plus symbol you're making right now.
Think of my like that. I have long fingers. Okay, like shut up.
Now it's a lowercase T.
But it's not a cross.
No, that's a cross. That's a cross, dude.
So if someone's wearing
actually, there's two crosses. You can have a cross like that too. The crosses are acceptable anywhere. It's like the Japanese when they put a this game and then another game and it's cross. There's a cross. They cross each other. That's what they do. You've never seen that before?
Yeah, I seen it before.
All right, you know what I'm talking about.
Bro, does your back hurt from that stretch?
No, it wasn't a stretch, dude. What are you talking about, dude? Are you questioning your weebism right now?
Well, first of all, no, because the thing is, you're talking about like Street Fighter Cross Tekken.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
And
it happens.
And we saw what happened there. People are like, "What are you talking about? Street Fighter X Tekken?"
No,
and then the franchise died,
Look,
bro.
no, and then, dude, it's Street
franchise
Fighter.
How do you put? I don't know how to put this crap on there.
Don't right here.
I'm about to throw it in the trash, dude.
Just throw it right here.
Oh yeah,
oh, right there, baby, right there.
Oh man, Sonic is spinning in his grave.
No, dude, he's all right. He'll be fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess that's it. We got nothing else to really.
Wait, well, we were gonna say something before we started yelling.
We talking about the podcast. I thought.
Oh, so you don't listen to any like normal, like non-video game, not normal.
Yeah, dude. What are you judging me out here?
Yeah, I'm judging.
Jesus Christ! First you drop the hard M bomb, then you're gonna
normal.
Jesus Christ, dude. What are you next? Are you gonna put me on a fetish of fucking podcasts?
Yeah, short guys with big shoulders, dude.
Oh, dude, if only. But no, that's kind of my thing.
So there's like nothing that you like.
I used to listen to a wrestling podcast, and I got out of that because I got out of wrestling.
So you're so up video games' ass.
I like to think video games are up my ass. I placed them.
On that note, guys, this has been the extra episode of the microtransaction. Adios.